wabarakatuh. Welcome back to our channel, Baithak, with three Khans and guest, of course. Um, आज का एपिसोड पिछले तीन एपिसोड आपने देखे वी heavily talked about क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप और हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया पाकिस्तान की सिचुएशन कहाँ है कहाँ नहीं है टुडे इज नवंबर 6 और आज एज ऑफ नाउ सिचुएशन कुछ ऐसी है कि पाकिस्तान का स्टिल एक गेम बाकी है इंग्लैंड के साथ इवन दो दे हैव एन अमेजिंग विक्ट्री ओवर न्यूजीलैंड बट दे स्टिल हैव वन मोर गेम अगेंस्ट इंग्लैंड और नॉट ओनली दैट हम लोग एक और डिलेमा में फंसे हुए हैं कि न्यूजीलैंड और श्रीलंका का गेम कैसे होने वाला है तो इसीलिए आज थोड़ा सा हम लोग different topic की तरफ आ रहे हैं well it's still related to cricket but it's specifically related to the cricket in Chicagoland area जहाँ से हम तीनों हैं और शिकागोलैंड एरिया के अंदर बहुत सारी क्रिकेट लीग्स हैं जो छोटे पैमाने से बड़े पैमाने तक बहुत अच्छे से ऑपरेट कर रही हैं उनमें से एक बहुत ही सक्सेसफुल लीग है कैसो CASO और being our first guest we are very thankful to our amazing guest Emaad Hussain Bhai who is willingly participating in this podcast और हम तहे दिल से उनके शुक्रगुजार हैं और इंशाल्लाह उनसे और कैसो के बारे में बातें करेंगे सो क्विक इंट्रोडक्शंस मेरे साथ फिर से है एहसन जो कि मेरी क्रिकेट टीम में भी है और मेरे बहुत अच्छे दोस्त भी हैं और मेरे साथ उमैर हैं जो कि हमारे बहुत पुराने दोस्त हैं बहुत अच्छे दोस्त हैं क्रिकेट नहीं खेलते लेकिन क्रिकेट पे दिल जान से आशिक हैं क्रिकेट के
Assalamu alaikum, guys.
And last but not least, Emaad Hussain Bhai. Emaad Bhai, please, आप अपना इंट्रोडक्शन प्लीज बताइए शिकागोलैंड को कि who is Emaad Bhai?
Assalamu alaikum, viewers. Thank you, Yasir, Ahsen, and Umair, to inviting me in on your podcast. And everything has a start, and you guys have started a thing, and which is really good to talk about. Our sport, our game. And any and everything, like you said in the description, that this channel is for anything and everything. But again, the point is that we are in Chicago, and what unite us. Politics is one thing, but we don't want to get involved too much into that. But one thing that unite our region is cricket. People from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, we all come together through cricket, and that is the whole idea of CASO was. In back in 2008 when I moved to Chicago, there was no cricket as per I know. There was very little cricket was going on back then. Foreign fishermen. That is the main thing. A lot of people now the media is so vast and connection is so easy. You connect through WhatsApp, you connect through Instagram, through TikTok. All those things are here so that people can connect, and the youth are already on those platforms. So you just have to search. If you just write cricket or Chicago cricket, you will end up in leading to the cricket scenes in Chicago.
Correct.
But back then there wasn't that much of a thing, and also there was a lot of teams were playing back then as well, but they were just playing within themselves. There wasn't a chance for a newcomer to just come and thrive. And also, we Pakistani, we believe in tape ball cricket. We prefer hard ball. We prefer tape ball over hard ball.
Tape ball, right.
So I came in 2008. I started in as every Desi. I started my studying journey through College of DuPage, and and then I met few Desi people, fresh from from India, Pakistan, and the common interest that I said that it's cricket. Yeah,
It's
do you play
cricket, correct.
Yes. What do we want to do in the evening or so our cricket journey starts from the high school in Glen Ellen, hall school for elementary hall school, and we used to play at that ground tape ball cricket every evening, whenever we have class Monday to Friday. 5 p.m. is the game time. And
Right.
so I got friends over there, and we started cricket over there.
Beautiful.
Uh,
Emaad Bhai, I would like to let my audience know that what does CASO stands for?
so CASO stands for Chicago All Sports Organizers. That is what CASO stands for.
Gotcha. And how big are you right now?
Right now, compared to teams and the body of work, we are the biggest in the United States, I would say. Around 140 plus teams, both in winter and in summer. If I combine, it is more than 140 teams. Like currently, the summer season has just ended. We had 85 teams across 7 different tournaments, and now the winter has started. So currently we have 3 tournaments that are running, and around 55 teams are already participating, with 3 more tournaments to go. It will be easily 150 teams plus.
Oh,
uh,
beautiful. I think I
that
know at
will
least one team out of those tournaments. Yeah,
yes, they
that's
won their
Chicago
first
Heat.
game. The
Yeah,
Chicago
Chicago
they
Heat.
won the first game of the season.
I know, right? Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, tell me more about hardball games. आपका उसमें how big is CASO just by itself? Because I know recently आप लोगों के कुछ tournaments हुए थे जिसके अंदर आपने पाकिस्तानी ex players को बुलाया था या current players जो टीम में नहीं खेल रहे हैं उनको भी invite किया था. Please tell us about that.
So, CASO has a very balanced progression in the years too. Um, we started hardball in 2017 with 8 teams with 1 division, and currently we have 7 different divisions with 7 different levels and 7 different formats for catering each and every single individual players or teams that plays in Chicagoland area. One of those tournaments is called American T20 Trophy. It's a franchise, just like PSL, IPL, CPL kind of a thing,
Oh wow.
in which we invite international players, uh, or past international players. Like a lot of international players are playing currently, like Hamad Azam, Ziaul Haq, Ehsan Adil, Saad Ali. Those are the players who are already played. Federal Edwards came and played. Davian Ebanks, first class cricketers, list A cricketers. So cricket in Chicago is growing, day by day, and it is more the effort from the club's owners to an individual. Like I never saw so many new people coming into the cricket circuit, and that is where I think
Beautiful.
that CASO has done a fabulous job, is not just restricting the cricket to hardball.
Gotcha. And I saw that, of course, winter mein hamare, we are having table tournaments in the indoor soccer fields and whatnot. Does CASO do any outdoor table tournament during summer?
No, we don't. Mainly because our in summer our main focus is on hardball. We tried a few years back. We did 1 year of outdoor table ball, but the thing is that to organize and to play, a lot of players who play table ball prefer to play hardball in the summers. So a majority chunk of the players goes into that. That's why, and I believe uh, the more you wait for something, it is more you want to do in it.
That's true.
And I feel people wait for winters. Teams wait for winters just to get to winters, so that their activity starts on Friday and Saturday night. And that's a beautiful feeling to have. You just make plans with friends, and you want to participate in it. And that is something that you look for it. But of course, we always look for new venues, new tournaments, and how we can collab with the others, so that we can make a difference in the sports community.
Awesome. Emaad Bhai, talking about venues, I know that in winter times, CASO rent out the soccer fields and do the games over there. Any plans of buying your own facility for that, or any practice nets or anything like that?
Well, the funny thing is that um, we plan to get the land and whatnot, but somehow during the COVID we were closing the deal on, and then COVID hit, and the price showed up, uh, and it's a different ball game. So we are playing catch up with that, because whatever we were planning and hoping to get the budget on, we couldn't. Um, and it's not, people think that it is very easy, like, but sports is, especially cricket, when you compare it to soccer, baseball, or basketball, you don't come near to that in
That's
terms
true.
of resources. I'm not talking about anything else. uh, it's an alien sports in USA, so people don't
That's true.
understand that it's an alien sport. Nobody batting an eye on cricket and hoping that this will turn out to something. But to each that, it is very good that new people have joined their forces in Chicagoland area, and they are working like our organization. There are other organizations that are also working, and that's the beauty of it. We as a CASO always believe that the more people join hands, the more teams come up, the more ownership has been taken by the people. There will be more and more cricket matches are across the board, and that will bring more and more people. Because if you know two people, you will say, okay, let's hang out with us, let's give a tryout. But
Yeah.
if there is not much people to bring other people in, that's when the cricket gonna die over here.
Got it. Amazing. I just do not want to keep asking all the questions. I want to give an opportunity to Umair and Ahsen as well. So, guys, do you have any
Yeah,
questions you want to ask? Go
let me
for it.
jump in with some questions now. So Emaad Bhai, my first question, so how do you determine the scheduling? Like, round robin hai, yeah, how's the strength of schedule determined? Is it based off of the previous season? Because मुझे rumors सुनने में आते हैं कि, that there are certain tough teams that are requesting to play easier teams, or, like there's like things like that are, अफवाहें चल रही हैं जो rumors हैं. So I want you to kind of address that a little bit.
मैं रूमर का जवाब रूमर से दूंगा। मुझे हर स्केड्यूलिंग टीम के $10 लाख दिए जाते हैं। टीम $10 लाख देती है कि हमारा स्केड्यूल कर दो, ठीक है। ये और बात है कि अभी भी पेंडिंग ड्यूज हैं जो कि टीमों से कलेक्ट ऑन द लाइटर नोट। तो नहीं यार, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। It's basic. We always ask teams when they want to play, how they want to play, and what days they are available, and I just try to give them what they want, because especially in winter we want teams to enjoy and have the availability when they want to play. जहां तक बात रही हार्ड और teams का, a lot of the times I don't even know like who's gonna turn up for Chicago Elite or Mavericks or Deccan Chargers, who's gonna be playing over there. So we don't know. Yeah, for sure, the teams that are good teams that are playing with us for a regular amount of time, we know that. But so definitely we don't know. Other thing is that people are always trying to look into it like, hey, uh, the league gave a certain team, a easy team, but they don't see that is what you have requested. Means you have requested to play on Fridays, so I try to give you all the gyms on Fridays, and if by default the other team wants to play on Friday, I'm not gonna change it.
Achha.
But that is only to since like for example in Schaumburg we have 32 teams and only 10 games, so you are not going to play with 22 teams. You have only 10 games, and it all depends on that weekend who is there and whatnot.
अच्छा, तो फिर आपकी समझें कि अवेलेबिलिटी पे बेस्ड होता है आपका स्केड्यूल?
अवेलेबिलिटी पे बेस्ड होता है, रैंडम होता है। मेरे दिल में आ गया, मैंने डाल दिया, लेकिन मैं ये नहीं देखता हूँ कि ये टीम ए टीम हल्की है तो बी से करा दूं या सी टीम हल्की तो डी से करा दूं। मैं ये देखता
अच्छा
हूँ
अच्छा
कि मेरे पास क्या रिक्वेस्ट है, मेरे पास अवेलेबिलिटी क्या है, क्योंकि मल्टीपल टीम्स आर प्लेइंग मल्टीपल डिफरेंट टूर्नामेंट्स, so that is also come into consideration, that if a team is playing in Romeoville, in Schaumburg, or in any other tournament, if they are playing four different tournaments, I have to manage those schedule, because I cannot schedule the team same day game.
जी जी
It cannot be like the Chicago Elite will be playing in Romeoville on Saturday and also in Schaumburg on Saturday. They
हाँ
cannot be
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
on and the other thing is that teams wants a bye. Means, like, if they are playing in Schaumburg, they don't want to play on the same weekend, means Friday in Romeoville. So they will say, okay, just give us, so that we are getting a game a week.
अच्छा
So
और
so all those things.
अच्छा no I understand completely, I just wanted to clarify that for the audience. तो एक और क्वेश्चन है कि आपकी जो you don't have any type of juniors league or any type of talent recognition type of program जो सब बच्चों के लिए PV leagues होती हैं या juniors programs, do you not have anything for children at the moment?
Now I would like to being Pakistani Desi, there is a difference in Desi, and I'm specifically talking about Pakistani Desi. We
अच्छा
don't invest in our kids, especially in sports. We just don't,
Very true.
across the board. You pick any parent, he will not let his kid play any sport, and not
अच्छा
pursue that sport. And that is why we have the issue. We have started a lot of times, but the thing is that the registration drops a lot. Plus,
अच्छा
that they always demand us to meet on their schedule, which is not possible. So, for example, if we say, like, hey, Saturday 12 to 2, we will have the junior league, or we have the practice session for the kids or youth, but they will always say, oh, but we are not present on Saturdays. Why don't you do on Sunday, or why don't you do on Tuesdays evenings? But you know,
अच्छा
uh,
अच्छा so you don't see
that's
any further scope at the moment basically?
uh, now if you turn the table, if you look at Indian Desi parents,
जी जी
you will see they will enroll their kids. There are I don't mind taking names. There are BPL Youth Academy. They are doing good. There is Nipun Joshi in Naperville, run his league. He's doing a fantastic job. Then there is a full proper league with nets and everything in Lake Zurich, called Chicago CYCA. So
अच्छा
Mehul Shani and all not other guys, they are doing a fantastic job. There is a team of under 13, under 15, under 17, and under 21 in Chicago.
wow
Recently, they travel for the games. I think they were in Houston on October 15th to 17th to play zonal games. So we have in May we had a region tournament of youth in Addison, in one of
अच्छा
our grounds. So it's not like that the youth scene is off. It is just that the Desi Pakistani Desi, because right now we are four Pakistani Desis talking about, and we don't see any youth engagement or any tournaments or any programs, because that is what I'm saying, that the parents are not investing. They,
अच्छा
they 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 don't want to invest their own time. They don't want to volunteer on cricket.
okay
Uh,
Yeah, I
that is,
um
totally
I
totally
might be
agree with
wrong. I might be wrong, but this is what I have came across,
अच्छा
because
no, understandable. तो ये मेरा follow up question ये है कि अगर अगर आपने अभी इंडिया की बात कर ली, पाकिस्तानियों की बात कर ली, and you've talked about South Asians in general. अगर आप demographics को देखते हुए, how have you thought about expanding it to other demographics? जब तक इसमें नहीं आएंगे, I don't think we can grow the game at the grassroots level,
sure.
right? So
So we have talked to the schools. There is two schools that are currently running the cricket program, and which is very nice. But understand this thing, that when I say that we need volunteer help
mhm,
in cricket, is that it is not just a one time deal. in order to run a program successfully, volunteers needs to come up, and they need to say that, hey, we are here to grow cricket and we are here to involve in youth programs. Um, Sadly, there is not much support. The name, the three youth academy that I have named, they are doing a fantastic job. Currently, CASO runs only limited summer and winter youth program for 8 weeks, because that is what I said. Like, you, in order to bring youth engagement, not just Asian community,
Hmm.
uh, different racial community, is that you have to put the time in, and when you want to start something from the scratch, from the bottom, you must be willing to pull up the weight, and nobody wants to pull the weight right now.
Understandable. And let me put you on the hot seat. I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh,
How do you see
easy, boys, easy. All right.
Yeah, so my last question, right? I want to kind
Sure.
of get your perspective on this. Okay, how do you see your league CASO as amongst other leagues? काफी leagues हो गई हैं अब तो, at least in the Midwest. How would you rate yourself? Would you say you're the best out there? And you just gave examples कि different leagues हैं जो junior level पे engage कर रही हैं बच्चों को, this and that. So how would you rate yourself amongst all the other leagues that are out there?
I'll say CASO is in the league of its own. Nobody comes close to us in terms of the package that we offer. Our goal, our vision and our goal was very simple, just to provide cricket above all, because here is the problem. We always look for perfection. There is
Mhm.
nothing called perfection. Our motto is to bring X number of players in cricket, and we will find one or two gem who will invest in cricket. That is all our goal. Because see, we are the only league who runs 52 weeks of cricket. Summer, winter, day, night, and you will not believe it. Shout out to Hassan Dastagir from Studio 7, and we were doing a night game at Hanover Park right now. You know, today,
Mhm.
just few
Acha.
hours ago. So it's cold as hell, but cricket is
Wow.
exciting. People are available to play on Monday night on
Mhm.
this cold, and
That's
games
insane.
going on,
That's
and,
insane.
and it is in November in Chicago. Do you believe
Yeah.
it? So people like Hassan Dastagir are putting their hands up, and 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 it looks very simple that one person says, okay, see you on Monday evening, and play the game. The time, the
Mhm.
effort, the energy, the to talk back and forth to make sure the teams are on time and everything. It's a work. So gladly, and I say it proudly, that CASO did change, something which is like, we ignite the spark in this region to do something for cricket.
Acha. Very nice answer. Thank you.
All right, Ahsen, you're up, buddy.
Yes,
Do you have any
sir.
questions?
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Eh, Um, मैं सलाम भी शुरू में नहीं कर सका था पहले तो इमाद भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कमिंग इन इट्स अ प्लेजर हैविंग यू हियर या मैं बात करूंगा थोड़ा सा हमारे अभी करंट टूर्नामेंट के बारे में भी और इन जनरल कैसो के जो टूर्नामेंट्स होते हैं बिकॉज वी ऑलरेडी हैव आवर टीम इन देयर I want to ask that what's the success from formula for the teams to excel in Chicago, like not Chicago, like Castle League. What's your observation? Like हमारी team है तो I mean we should practice more. I know if there are new teams, how what's the success formula? You need good players. Like how you can balance your team out to outshine. So I want to know about that. Your observation.
uh,
Ahmad.
uh, I have run the team. I was captain of a team as well. um, there is my personal quote, which I will quote to you, is team. The international teams will gonna say something different, but my take is very different. My take is, uh, captains win you championship.
Yeah.
So it's all about captain.
Okay.
Uh, he needs to set up the standard right there and right then. And if you don't have a leader, who don't know what to do, you will never end up getting the results that you want. अगर हम बात करें कि सक्सेस फॉर्मूला क्या है क्या चीज लैक करती है, जितने भी अच्छे क्रिकेटर हैं आप उनका नाम सुनते हो शिकागो पे अक्रॉस द बोर्ड, अगर वो नहीं भी बोले ना, अगर आप उनके पास जाके देखोगे, दे आर प्रैक्टिसिंग एटलीस्ट ट्वाइस और वंस अ वीक. इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट दे आर जस्ट स्कोरिंग. वो कह देते हैं कि यार वो उधर भी सेंचुरी कर रहा है, इधर भी कर रहा है. देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड गॉड गिफ्ट. ईदर ही इज प्लेइंग three days a week, so that's why he's in rhythm, or he's practicing 3 times a week, that's why he's doing that good. Sadly, for the normal people, if you are working 9 to 5 and doing 2-hour commute, you are done, buddy. What do you expect to do at night? You are exhausted. So I personally say that if you want to do something good, practice. Make sure you have the nets. You make sure you hit few balls, and that will make a huge difference in your game as well as your understanding of the game. Game awareness is something very different than saying that I know how to play. We are Pakistani. We know by birth how to play cricket.
For sure, yes. It's in our genes. Somehow it's in our genes. So awesome. Thank you so much for those insights, Emaad Bhai. The next question I have, I know that CASO also runs sponsorships. So if you want to talk about that program a little bit, क्या आपके पास क्या levels हैं, क्या tariffs हैं, और किस तरह you reach out to people for sponsors, and how difficult it is to get it, like all in all.
All in all, one thing that I want to say is, we are very thankful for our sponsors, whoever they are. Without their support, it is very hard to run a league. We are CASO Cricket League is 501c3. We are non-profit organization, and we always willing to make sure that the community is in benefit and the game goes on. We are a strong believer that game should not stop at any cost. Means cricket should run throughout the year, and our youth, our people must and should be engaged in cricket, in sports, in healthy activity, and that is what I request my, parents to make sure that their kids are in sports and activity. It's sad that the upbringing that we came from is like the famous saying, खेलोगे कूदोगे होगे खराब, पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब. बट अभी तो ये हो गया कि जो वीडियो गेम खेल रहा है वो भी कितने पैसे कमा रहा है, जो PhD कर रहा है वो बेचारा सर पटक रहा है.
Shout out to what's his name, Arsalan Arsh. Really good guy. Yeah,
man, he's making some good money.
Yep.
Again, the thing is that people don't understand. Sports give you a self-confidence and the belief in yourself. It's not just that कि आपने सिर्फ जो है ना एक बल्ला उठाया और खेल दिया या एक बॉल डाल दी. It's all about the mindset that you develop from playing sports. It's not just cricket, any sports. And people should play any sport. And coming back to your question is कि हमें क्या करना चाहिए? मैं यही कहूंगा कि just associate yourself with cricket.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Emaad Bhai. I think that's pretty much from my side. Yasir, do you want to take on?
Sure. I just want to shoot a couple of questions, Emaad Bhai, if that's okay.
Sure.
Last few, I promise.
You can talk to me about cricket for another 5 hours. I'll be all there. If you want to talk about World Cup, I was seeing some of your clips, some controversial statements you have given on the World Cup games, I can take you on that.
Yeah, we can definitely discuss it if you would like to bring that up. I mean, we can talk about it, not an issue at all. I would like to hear that. But in summer, our main concern is that we cannot find good tennis balls. where should we source it from? I mean, it's a mystery question. We cannot find it from anywhere.
You can find it from Daniel Sports from Tariq Bhai. They have
Okay.
the CA balls, CA Gold and CA 20K, which is the best ball that we use in our indoor game. So you can definitely get the fiber bats, the ball, the wickets, whatever you need. He's doing it from 1991, I believe.
Oh
So for
wow.
the last 32 years, he has been associated with cricket for the last 40 years in Chicago itself.
Wow.
Wow.
So Tariq Bhai is the legend for USA cricket, for Chicago cricket. So anything and everything he's there to help.
Gotcha. And other thing we were just trying to understand, and not picking on any league in particular, but it's just that is it really cost a lot to manage a league, an organization of this size? And I know that it's a non-for-profit organization, but with the help of the sponsors, and I know you guys do an amazing job on your own as well. Is it really very expensive to run such a league?
Um, you know the expenses is a lot. The rent is way too high, especially in after COVID. The rent went up way up. Before that, if it was $10, now it is $50.
Oh
So
wow.
it is night and day. And just to manage those things, it is not just about just about money. It's if you will ask a guy who is running the league, he is easily spending 50 to 60 hours a week on cricket just to make sure that things are running. And that's not a joke. It's more than a full-time job,
It is,
uh,
yes.
to make sure that everything runs smooth. Um, and the problems, you will not believe it. Okay, forget about any money on the side. Just to tell me if your number is on there and someone calls you at 2 a.m. just to say मेरा छक्का डाल दो, वो किसी और केस में चला गया, तो आप क्या कहोगे?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is so true. Yeah. That is so true. अभी भी हमें last game से भी remember Ahsen, we were getting
Yes,
messages
yes.
और मेरी wicket जो है वो किसी और के नाम पे चली गई, so can you get it fixed and this and that. So I totally understand what you're saying.
But we lost those games. Come on.
so it's a thankless job, and I appreciate, they all are we are all competing against each other, but I have utmost respect for each and every single organization that is working on cricket. uh, not just I might be, we have different opinion, or I believe that they are not doing a good job, or the approach they are taking, they might not be the best in the interest of Chicago cricket as per my view. But anyone and everyone who's doing something for cricket in Chicago, man, hats off to them, because nobody better than me can understand that the sacrifices that you have to do, the family time that you have to put in to make sure that Chicago cricket is thriving. And trust me, dude, Chicago cricket का scene अलग है. करीब भी नहीं
I'm
भटकता
sure.
कोई यूएसए में. पाकिस्तान, इंडिया, कहीं सब पानी है, सब पानी है, कोई आसपास भी नहीं आता है.
बट
अगर
ह्यूस्टन को
छूते
बहुत
भी
वो
नहीं
करते
है,
हैं. इमाद भाई,
मतलब
ह्यूस्टन के बारे में भी तो है काफी. ह्यूस्टन
अबे
के क्रिकेट भी.
ह्यूस्टन जो है ना, वो सिर्फ नेल पॉलिश और लिपस्टिक लगा के जो है ना, बस चमका दिए उधर. गेम में कुछ नहीं है उधर. जो गेम शिकागो का है ना भाई, आगे आग शिकागो का गेम भाई. नोबडी कम क्लोज टू शिकागो क्रिकेट. नवंबर में खेल रहे हो, कहीं खेल सकते हैं?
That's so crazy.
नवंबर में खेल रहे हो तुम क्रिकेट, और क्या
नहीं.
That is
जानते हो?
true. वो भी शिकागो का नवंबर. I mean, it's no joke,
Literally.
man.
Yeah.
All right, Emaad bhai, एक comment था हमारे team member की तरफ से. I'm gonna read it out to you. So his concern was that can something be done to improve the scheduling? His name is Noman, by the way. He plays in our team, and he was saying basically what he's trying to say कि यार हमारे scheduling के अंदर एक महीने का gap आ रहा है हमारे games के बीच में. can anything be done to make it better? Because, the gap is too big. So,
Okay, a lot of people don't understand this. We got only one night. Okay, in to have our games in, we got only one night, and we got only 3 hours to play. So only 3 games can happen in a week. So if only 3 games can happen and only 3 teams can play in a week, which means if you have 10 teams, you already gonna play the fourth week. So
okay, makes sense.
and that is why we offer multiple tournaments so that team can play. But again, it's just come to the cost of it. You can play each and every single week, and a lot of teams do that. They play multiple tournaments, and they are getting the games every next week. But if you are getting 6 games and it's a 15-week tournament or 3 months tournament, you can only play once a week, or you can play 1 to 3 in the first 3 weeks, and you are done for the tournament. Goodbye. So you people don't
Makes
understand
sense.
that, and we want people to come and play at least 2 games. Before that, when we started, it was just 1 game, but that was too much because people is coming and they are driving in snow and whatnot, and 10 hours is too little if you drive all the way. Some people drive from. We got teams from Michigan. We got teams from Wisconsin. They drive 2 hours just to
That's
get
far.
here. So and just to play 1 game, and you bowled out the team for 17 runs, and you are done in 1 over. You know what to do.
Yeah,
So
it's not gonna work out. Emaad
so
bhai, last and final thing from my end. If you have to pick the best batsman from Chicagoland area and a best bowler, who would that be? Those two guys.
those 2 guys, recently I have witnessed one of the finest batsmen. I used to. I know you guys are not that old, and neither am I. But with Tariq Bhai and whatnot, I have seen some of Wasim Khan's inning when he was declining from his peak in 2011, 12, 13. He still plays. By the way, he ran 12 runs in 6 balls and won the game. That was awesome. Looking at Wasim Bhai, 50 plus age, just running straight up, twos on every ball. But in the modern day, I will say, I'll say in Chicago, Fahad Babar is the king. Fahad Babar of Chicagoland area. The
He also
time
plays
and
for
effort, and
US team, right?
he played for USA. The 2 finals that he played and the way he batted, I think, and the amount of runs that he scored, the amount of centuries that he has scored, it's tremendous. It's not easy to score century, trust me.
That's
People
true.
think, it is very easy. Even if you want to stand for 30 overs on the wicket, it takes a lot of coverage, and that dude is fab. And I'll say, I don't know about others, but for me, Fahad Babar is Sir Fahad Babar for Chicagoland cricket.
I remember he scored like 200 something, if I'm not wrong, in one of the BPL games.
278 runs in an of a 30-over
Right,
game.
right. That was a few years ago, but that thing was like I think we were playing cricket somewhere and we heard that news and everyone was like, what? How's that even possible? But he did.
There not much 200 plus score that have done in Chicago. Fahad Babar is the one. Jamin Patel was the one. I have witnessed one 200 and something by Asghar Sayyed. He's in class act. So Yasin Bhemid scored this season 220 runs.
Wow.
So but as I said, if you have said just one batter for Chicago, he will be the one.
And what about the bowler?
For bowlers, I'll say, the conditions doesn't suit the bowlers. Number
Okay.
one, people need to understand that you cannot run on those grassy ground. तुम्हारा
Right.
घुटना जाते ही जाएगा. पीपल ये बोलते हैं ना यार, वो बॉलर का घुटना कैसे चला गया इंटरनेशनल गेम में, यार ये समझ में नहीं आता क्या कर रहे थे.
Right.
ठीक है. the thing is that you have to be super fit. For bowling, that a bowler that impressed me a lot is Datta Prakash. He played for Deccan Mavericks, Midwest Stars in American T20 Trophy. His line and length, and his ability to read the batsman. That is what I see. I always say, price your wicket that you want to take. You can always say that, okay, I'm ready to get hit 2 to 3 sixes by this batsman, but on the fourth ball, I'm gonna get him out. And you just have to price your wicket. And I think his game reading sense is, is good.
Fantastic. All right, Umair and Ahsen, do you guys have anything? If not, you guys want to do your closing comments?
मेरा एक question था that I forgot to ask. How social media is helping you out right now, like Facebook, TikTok, to obviously market CASO and spread the word.
Oh, that's a whole another story. So, as I said, in 2008, when I came, Facebook was there, and but there was no social media. Teams were not on Facebook. There was no live coverage of the games and nothing. And then I decided to, you should be on social media. This age is of social media, and I proudly say that we are most popular popular league in the whole USA. We have 110K on Facebook. We have 70K on TikTok. We have 120K on Instagram. So people do follow, and a lot of new players that comes into Chicago cricket is through TikTok and Instagram. I get if not more, 5 to 6 daily. People players reach out to me through Instagram and TikTok, and they say, "Hey, I just saw your video. Seems like fun, and looks like you guys play in Chicago. How can we join?" And that's why if you go to our Facebook group, I always send them to my Facebook group to post the availability. If any team is looking for players, they catch, or if any team reached out to me personally saying that, hey, we are few players short, I just send their number to connect. And I have seen a lot of new. It is unheard of to have 32 teams in Schaumburg, just one tournament. And we said no to at least 10 to 15 teams that, hey, we cannot accommodate. The thing that you were saying is why it is so much of a gap. If 32 teams are playing and I can only accommodate in Schaumburg, 12 teams a week, there is nothing much I can do.
That's true.
And we hate to say no to the teams, because I believe, if a player wants to play, have it a go, and we should provide the opportunity to them to play.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Umair, before you go, that make me think, why not you arrange a kind of like an event जिसमें आप सबको बुला लें, so we can see house के कितने लड़के हैं जो खेलते हैं कैसो में, and that would be a crazy, like a parking lot or even a Schaumburg field. Call everybody so लोग पता चले.
Okay, let's do this. No, it's a great idea. And let's do this. Let's do a iftar party in the Ramadan and invite each and everyone. Pick up a restaurant which has a huge parking lot, and then we can invite everybody in to see how big Chicago community is as a whole.
Fantastic.
And we can invite.
Yeah, I think that would be a wonderful idea to do so. Yeah, amazing. Good job, Ahsen.
Thank you, guys.
Umair?
So mera, my closing question to you, I'm a bit of a visionary. तो मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि where do you see CASO in 2030? Like आपका vision क्या है कि 7 साल में, to what level should it mature to, and what are you expecting from it in 2030?
So when I started in 2017, outdoor hardball, the 5-year plan was to have at least 50 teams in hardball, and we achieved that, alhamdulillah. Currently, we are working on a 100-team plan, and also we want to get a field where we can have at least 3 to 4 grounds in one place where we can grow the teams. That is our plan for 2030, to have our own field, and make sure that every team is getting a chance to play. With inflation, with the ground rates, but with the park districts are going crazily, it's not easy for the teams to participate as well. So my biggest concern right now is the way the pricing of the park district is going up. It will be very hard for leagues to keep the fee down, and which means a lot of the teams gonna miss out. So we are planning to make sure somehow we include that. The other plan that we have for sorry, is to have the one of the things that we have started, the franchise tournament. We want at least 4 international players to play in each of those teams, so that the local players can take advantage of those 4 players, and we can see some quality cricket. When you play with good cricketer, you pick the things up and you improve your game. Like Ahsen mentioned, like how to improve the game. You have to play with the people who are better at something, so that you can pick few of the things. The other
Yeah.
teams that say that, hey, why you put us with the good team? You don't want to play a good team. If you play with a good team, you will know what they are doing if you want to improve. If you are just like controversial statement, if you just want if you just want to be some team who just want to cry about it, like the ones that are going in ICC World Cup, you will never improve.
Right.
So
सही बात है. Well, Allah आपको कामयाब करे इंशाल्लाह in your vision.
Allah Ta'ala.
Ameen.
With that said, I think we have went well over our targeted time frame. But Emaad Bhai, it was a pleasure talking to you. Seriously, itna maza aaya, itni maze ki conversation. We all enjoyed the conversation. We had so many questions and you answered all of them. Loved your attitude, loved your responses. And once again, there is a reason why, mashallah, you are leading such a big organization so smoothly, and mashallah, taking it to the very next level attainable. So thank you very much, Emaad Bhai. I hope you enjoyed our company. I hope you enjoyed this conversation, this candid conversation.
thank you for having me. Thank you for doing this. And like I said, anything and everything cricket, man. The passion that need for doing something is there with all 3 of you. And God bless you. And may you guys succeed in all aspect, whatever you guys are trying to do.
I mean, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So nice of you. Well, Emaad Bhai, thank you so much. Umair and Ahsen, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Inshallah, thank you so much, our beloved audience. आप लोग का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. आप लोग हमें देखते हैं, सुनते हैं. Please, हो सके तो like and subscribe भी कीजिए. हमें encouragement मिलती है, और inshallah we'll come back with more amazing guests like Emaad Bhai, and we'll have some more spicy conversations as well. Anyways, that's it for today. Inshallah, let's meet all of you next time. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.